absolute best. Yeah, they had us the first half, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, could be Wayne!
I think I got my swagger back. Oh!
I love it, baby!
Them orange britches. Something about them orange britches.
Tennessee wins! By Tennessee, Jawan Jennings. Jennings makes the catch.
Ball hit high in the air into right field. Going back is Sayre. And Tennessee can say hello win column. A grand slam in the bottom of the ninth. You can't draw it up any better.
We just won a basketball game, and we're very happy right now. McGrath for the win.
He got it.
If you don't like college football and you watch this one, I'm not sure what your problem is.
Ready to do and welcome in to More Important Issues. Today is Thursday, April 23rd. There's a lot going on right now. NFL draft. Yeah. Tennessee's playing Alabama. There's been a 25 stoppages in this game already. So it's Nate Mint declared. What else is going on? I feel like there's more. NBA playoffs going on.
Yep. NHL playoffs. Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel have been together for 6 years. You know.
Yeah.
But hey, draft night.
Draft night.
I got a draft night fun fact for you. My Packers don't have a pick tonight, but like I told Landon, it's Micah Parsons, so we're okay. Draft night fun fact for you. And as of right now, it's officially a fun fact. Fernando Mendoza just became the fourth player all time to win the Heisman and win the national championship and go first overall. Can you name the three other ones?
Cam Newton's one.
Yep. They're all fairly recent, so don't.
Joe Burrow.
Yep, Joe Burrow.
Won the national championship.
A Heisman and the first overall pick. This was not in the college football playoff era, and it is not an SEC quarterback.
Huh. Won the Heisman and the national championship. It wasn't an SEC quarterback.
It was not an SEC quarterback, but it was a quarterback. You're going to get mad.
Is it Jameis?
It's Jameis.
Let's go.
So Jameis Winston, Fernando Mendoza, Joe Burrow, Cam Newton.
Okay. Let's go. I mean, I have a dad brain, going on, but like that, I was pretty proud of myself for that. Let's do it. Yeah, like draft night, Tennessee's already switching pitchers. My God. We are playing on Thursday, but Jesus, that was a rough performance. But you still got the lead. And you're going with your guy, Cam Appenzeller, out of the pen. We'll see what we can do. I mean, got to go win.
Got to.
Before we get into everything, I do want to mention our good friend at Jennifer Morris Realty. That home buying process is a lot. And if you want a person that is going to walk you through the process, educate you along the way, and just take care of you, go check out our girl over here at Jennifer Morris. She is great. You can reach her at 865-257-7897. And again, just she will take care of you the whole step of the way, and then take that kind of burden off of you and get you the home of your dreams. That's what home buying is about and should be. It's just a long process to get there. So have you somebody in your corner like Jennifer Morris to take care of you along the way through that process. So reach out to her. Let's get into it. Nate Mint, gone. Declared for the NBA draft. It is doing that on draft night. I guess that's kind of cool. It's also like, I applaud Nate Mint for just go ahead and doing this, because he could have drawn this out a lot longer, but he knew he wasn't coming back. I think Tennessee's coaching staff knew he wasn't coming back.
Yeah. And I think the way Tennessee has approached the portal and the big fish hunting that they're going after was kind of a sign that Nate wasn't coming back, in my opinion. And a couple shows ago, we really sat down and we looked at the money, and you look where Nate's projected. And I know the portal is crazy and a lot of players are getting paid, and Nate would have gotten paid. Don't get it wrong, by Tennessee. Tennessee would have paid for him. But I think seeing everything, the writing was on the wall. And if you're Tennessee, you can't get mad at it. And I don't think anyone is. But I think you have to take it as a positive. You know, it's a guy, it's a highly touted player that came in. He's gonna be one of your highest drafted players in school history. You just got to keep rolling with it. So
yeah, and like I was kind of under that same impression too. Like I have to see it to believe he was coming back, kind of thing. I think a lot of people get their hopes up with that. I just know kind of how those stuff goes. Like it feels like even with baseball or football, guys like, hey, they could come back another year if they want to. 9 times out of 10, those guys aren't coming back. And you have a guy like Nate Ament's been told he's a lottery pick since when? Probably he's a freshman in high school.
Freshman, sophomore year of high school. When they start.
So he's already had that in his brain, and it would have been fun to see what it would have been like with him here. And, I was prepared for this show to like just compare. Like, would you rather have Juke Harris or Nate Ament? Now we don't have to do that because I feel like Tennessee can go all in on Juke Harris right now. And maybe that's why he was waiting for Nate to make that decision. But now that decision is made, I feel like maybe we get a quicker answer on Juke Harris. I know he's going through the process and everything like that. And I feel like as a player, you should do that. But averaging 21 a game in the ACC, sign me up. I don't think anybody really expects him to stay in the draft. Most people expect him to be in college basketball next season. So excited to see kind of what that looks like. I know it feels like North Carolina's out of it. They've landed some forwards and shooting guards the last couple of days. It looks like it's between Tennessee and Michigan. But, you have Forbes up there at Wake Forest. I'm sure that helps. Tennessee recruited him out of high school, finished second to Wake Forest. That helps. They already have that relationship intact. And I just think that makes a ton of sense. Juke Harris ends up at Tennessee. And he's not Nate. He doesn't have that kind of size and athleticism, but I think he has more of a scoring threat. So I'm excited what he's able to add to this roster.
Yeah, I totally agree. One thing I wanted to ask you, Landon, within the last few days, there's been news coming out of the NCAA and Charlie Baker. It sounds like, they're going to vote on it next month, that the 5-for-5 could be proactively moved up to 2027, starting, next year. Mm-hmm. Is there any players from either this last team that you could think of that went through the 4-year process that still had an extra year that you'd love to have back on the roster? And do you think the coaching staff would even want to do anything like that?
Felix Okpara would definitely be my first get out of that. And then next year you have all these guys that are like they have 1 year left. If that is something that happens, you could get a lot of this. You could retain a lot of that roster back, technically. So I think it is. Hopefully that works out in Tennessee's favor, and you're able to maybe land some guys back. If you're in college basketball for 4 years, I would say most of those guys could probably use another year of coming back, just because you're probably going to make more money in college than you are in the NBA.
Absolutely. If you're a 4-year guy, I would agree with you, especially the asking prices right now. $4, $5, $6 million, I read and listen to a lot of guys in college sports. And I don't think Tennessee's in this realm. So don't feel like I'm trying to set this up, but you read a lot about, are these schools actually going to get these kids paid? Like, I think we're closer to a possible team whether it be football this fall or basketball coming next winter, of them walking out or doing a walkout, because they're not getting paid, just because of the asking prices and what schools are promising these kids. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it is crazy to know Nate Ament made like what, $2 or $3 million to stay for a semester in college.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Nice life. Good night.
Yeah.
That's a good way to start life. I mean, what is he, 19 too?
Yeah. So good for him. He kind of had a heartfelt message on social media. So it's cool. He thanked Tennessee. I mean, it goes back to one of those things like, I mean, he was great here, but you're not just like glued to him. You don't have that emotional connection like a Grant Williams, Admiral Schofield. It's a lot like the Tobias Harris thing. Like, yeah, like he claims Tennessee and that's cool, but like you didn't really have that much time to get to know him on not really a personal level, but as that kind of fan player aspect just wasn't there for very long. So
go get Juke.
Go get Juke.
But I think it's also cool that, we talked about it at the Orange and White game. Like Nate was around helping recruit kids. He doesn't have to do that. Especially now looking, back on it, he probably knew, everyone probably knew he wasn't coming back. And you show that he's invested in the program. It's not just the program investing in him as a person, especially financially, but like he's investing back in it as well. He's helping the recruiting keep going and stuff like that. So good job by Rick Barnes. Cause sometimes, you can look at like a Darren Peterson, look at Tennessee. You didn't have that, he was a one and done, barely played. He's not doing things. He wasn't help recruiting back those kids, or new recruits. So.
Yeah, and it felt like he was always comfortable here, which is awesome to see. Like you said, it wasn't the Darren Peterson. It wasn't the Nico situation. Like that could have been another thing. You spend all this money, like you expect big things. And I think like earlier in the season, you probably expected more from him. And he had to learn to play in the SEC. What were you saying?
Jeremiah Love was just taking a 3 by – I didn't think he was going to get picked that early.
By the Cardinals?
By the Cardinals.
The Cardinals are butt, dude. That's a –
I mean, in my opinion, Jeremiah Love's one of the best players in the draft with Arvell Reese as well and Caleb Downs. Like those 3, boom, boom, boom.
Oh, I agree. But
yeah,
a running back.
The Cardinals don't need a running back. That's not what you need right now.
When you need everything under the sun and you go running back at 3, that's a tough sell to your fan base. Something like,
sorry,
that feels like something my Panthers would do. We kind of did it. We drafted Christian McCaffrey like 9th, and he was really good. And then he went to another team and was even better. So that sucks.
My brother, who's a Notre Dame alumni, he goes, "Am I supposed to cheer for the Cardinals now? Or I thought they're really bad." Yeah, they are bad.
They are really bad. And like Kyler Murray could be gone at any moment.
Absolutely, he could.
Like they need a quarterback, don't they? But I guess Mendoza's off the. They weren't going to go Ty Simpson.
No.
Garrett Nussmeier.
Do you think let's just talk about this real quick since we're talking about the draft. What do you think of, I mean, we can talk about Fernando as well. What do you think of these quarterbacks? Fernando, Ty Simpson, Garrett Nussmeier. Do you think any of them are
I thought Mendoza was so good, and then I saw a graphic of his stats compared to Joe Burrow's his junior year. Was it his junior or senior year?
Junior year.
Yeah. I'm not sold.
Yeah.
I think he was really good, and that team was really good, and it's a great story and everything. I just don't know if that – he doesn't seem like a no-doubter in the NFL.
No, and I hate to be that guy because I'm not a super cool guy. I'm not going to try to play that I'm a super cool guy, but – I don't think you can be a weird guy and run a locker room in the NFL. Like Kirk Cousins, Aaron Rodgers, those guys. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, yeah, but like they're weird guys and they don't control like locker rooms. I think you need like I don't know, not Fernando Mendoza, but
yeah.
Also hot seat Brian Kelly. The news report this past week of, this whole year, everyone was talking about how Nussmeier, his throw was off, and Brian Kelly kept playing it off and said our doctors got him. And come to find out, there was a cyst on his spine that it's just real easy. The doctors found it in 1 week, and the NFL doctors did. And it's going to be able to recover him in like a month or so. But yeah, hot seat Brian Kelly.
He's is it Kilmer from Varsity Blues?
Yes,
Bud Kilmer. That's Brian Kelly. Just a terrible human being. What do you think about this? Tennessee, this past team versus what Tennessee has now. Let's add Juke in there just for the sake of this conversation. Excited? Question marks? Like, your gut feeling, is this team better?
Better, yes, because if you remember, take away the NCAA tournament run, that Tennessee team was a very frustrating watch. I mean, they lost a lot of very close games. They were in games with teams who weren't very good. So I do think they're going to be better. I think the production they can bring back, plus the heavy portal, I think they're going to be super successful. Now, likewise, I don't know if they make this deep tournament run. I think it's hard. It's hard. We've talked about it. It's hard to make deep tournament runs like they did. But I do think they're going to be better. I do. What about you?
I think, like, from your point, definitely more fun to watch. Like, there should be a lot more scoring, and there shouldn't be as many scoring droughts or anything like that. So I think it is going to be a more fun team to watch. I mean, we'll see what happens with the defense. Like, that's always been a Rick Barnes emphasis, and he's still going to emphasize it, but it's just not going to be it can't be as good as it has been. So what does that kind of give and take look like? I'm not sure, but I'm interested in seeing it. But they went out and got scores. They went out and got a true point guard. Now they need to add some bigs.
Yeah.
Because and it worked for Michigan. They kind of played that 4 out, 1 in.
Mara though was an elite big for them. I mean, every team in the Final Four had. I mean, Illinois, they had 2 that they rotated in and out, but every team they had a go-to big guy. I mean, UConn rode theirs, 2 that far, and
can Miles Rubin be? I'm not saying he's Mara, but can he be a similar presence as that? I don't know. Like Loyola Chicago, that's just it's not like he came from the ACC or Big 12 or anything like that. It's just a different league. So I think it would be really interesting to see if he's able to do that role. And if it's not, like, I know Dwayne Brown isn't a 7-footer, but can he have that same presence? Obviously, he has some like offense to his game. I don't know, shot blocking. Like he's not really going to contest a lot of guys. So I feel like Miles Rubin kind of has to be your Mara type guy. Yeah. I'm just interested to see like how that goes and how that looks like.
Yeah, I think if you are a betting person, I'm siding with history and what Rick Barnes has done success-wise at Tennessee, and there's no reason to believe that they won't continue that. So,
yeah, I agree with that. It is crazy that I think number 7 overall. Did Carnell Tate just go?
Carnell Tate just went number 4 to the Titans. Yes.
Number 2 receiver on his team went number 4 overall. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Are the Titans happy about that?
I feel like they need a wide receiver. Absolutely.
Was he he wasn't the number 1 receiver though. Was it Tyson?
I thought it was him.
You thought it was Carnell Tate? Maybe it was.
Let's look.
I mean,
or Makai Lemon. Makai Lemon at
yeah,
USC
but
is the other one.
he's strange.
Mm-hmm. Those interviews with his eyes.
Yeah. Well,
hey, Fernando Mendoza went 1-1. So if we're doing strange, this is gonna be strange. What a weird draft week. Like I didn't hear there was no buzz about the draft all week. I thought it was very weird.
Yeah. And Carnell Tate, like, I mean, Tennessee tried to get him on campus year after year to enter the portal. He never did. And now he ends up a Titan. That's pretty crazy.
If you're Tennessee, if you're any school, I don't think you can be upset when elite wide receivers go to Ohio State. They produce them, man. Like you said, their number 2 wide receiver just went number 4 overall.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Whatever.
All right, let's talk buy or sell.
Okay.
I'm excited about this.
Yeah, me too.
I love the idea.
So for the people that don't know, buy or sell, it's kind of like a stock. Buy it while it's high, sell it while it's low. I kind of told Landon I broke it up into 3 different categories. I have the 3 categories are more Tennessee centric, about the football, basketball, and baseball team. And then I have a couple ones that are more open-ended, and they're actually about college football. But since we're talking about basketball, let's just stick with that. So Landon, I'll ask you this first. I'll ask Landon all the buy sells first, see his response, and then talk back and forth with them. Buy or sell. Rick Barnes will coach a Final Four game at Tennessee. Rick Barnes will coach a Final Four at Tennessee. I'm not saying next year, like anything like that. But
I gotta say sell. Like he's got to make it.
Yeah,
I do think like he is. I'm not saying this is like his best team ever assembled, but I do think when you're looking at taking that next step and like he's evolved with recruiting, he's evolved with the transfer portal, he's evolving with getting more scores, and it's not like he has just ignored scores. He's got Dalton Connect, Chaz Lanier, Jacoby Gillespie, and but this many in one class it's uncharted territory. But I do think it is hard to get to that point. Like, and I know a lot of people throw that in his face, but it's hard to make an Elite 8.
Absolutely.
And he's made 3 in a row. So I'm not trying to take anything away from him, but I do have to see it. So I'm going to sell.
I'm with you. I'm going to sell as well. I want to ask you, because when you saying this, do you think Rick Barnes has coached his best team in Tennessee already? Like, you were naming some incredible players that were all on the team together.
Those 3 guys?
Yeah.
No, they weren't on the team together.
Or not those guys. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that Admiral and Grant Williams, that was a good team. I don't think it was his most talented team. I want to say the Dalton Connect, Zakai, like that might have been.
Do you think it was? I'm saying, do you think he has coached his best team? Like, do you think he's still let's say, do you think next year could be even better than? Like, we already both agreed that next year's team is probably going to be better than this year's team. But do you think he has already coached his best team during his tenure? This isn't a buy-sell. I was just thinking when you brought that up. So
I don't know. I mean, a really good team has to come in and surpass the Grant Admiral. And if Kyle Alexander doesn't get hurt, Tennessee beats Loyola Chicago. And who knows what happens after that. So,
gotcha. Next basketball one. Talk about Rick being up in age. This is going to be a question every year. Buy or sell. Tennessee's next coach is a former assistant/player.
I'm going to go sell.
Okay.
I think with Danny White, I think he is. I haven't agreed with all of his hires, but I haven't necessarily been like, oh, why in the world would you go? Like, the hires made sense. Josh Heupel was the one that didn't make sense, and he's probably been the best one he's hired so far. Like, no one wanted to see that, but in looking back, like, yeah, that was a great hire. It worked out, or it has worked out up to this point. So I'm gonna go sell. I think he I think Tennessee's like throwing around resources right now. I do think they are gonna
go big swinging when it's time. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree.
Yeah.
Speaking of coaches, I'm going to switch over to football now. Buy or sell, Josh Heupel will be the head coach in 2027. So obviously not this year, but 2027.
I'll go buy. I think you will.
What do you think that number has to be for him this year? Obviously, we still got a lot in the future to talk about. We have all summer to talk about this. And I'm not saying we talked about coaches in the SEC that were on the hot seat, and we didn't name Josh. He's not one of the top 3, I'd say. But, what do you think his number needs to be?
I think he needs to win. He needs to win 8 games.
Okay. I agree
you put enough resources. Like, I know this is a different time with quarterbacks and everything, but like 6-7 years ago, like this is your ideal scenario with quarterbacks. You have 2 5-stars battling it out. They're young guys, but that's what you want. And now, like, it's so get a guy a proven guy out of the portal and go try to win a national championship. But like, it's not like these quarterbacks aren't talented. You should be more excited about these 2 guys battling it out and whoever wins it than you should have been last year when Joey Aguilar was named the starter.
Absolutely. Atlanta, you're teeing me up perfectly. So next one, this feeds right into it. Tennessee football will only use 1 quarterback in 2026. Buy or sell?
I'm going to go sell because I think that Furman game sets you up.
I was saying, like, get the Furman game out of the way, or like the
okay. So you think Georgia Tech?
Do you think Tennessee sticks with 1 guy and runs through it all year? You do?
Yeah.
You buy that?
I'm gonna buy it. Yeah.
Okay. And who's your guess right now?
I mean, I'm gonna go Faison. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
I think he is the higher ceiling. I think he's made this an even race, which George had every opportunity to just go win it because he's been here and didn't. So I'm gonna go Faison.
Are you a big believer in if you have 2 quarterbacks, you don't have 1?
I'm a huge believer in that. Yeah.
Okay.
You saw that with JG and Quentin Dormady.
Yeah.
That was an absolute nightmare with both of those guys.
Yeah, I mean, you look at successful college football teams in the last 5-10 years, it's 1 guy. They stick with it. It's not quarterback controversy. Yeah, I agree with you. Next football one. Tennessee football will win more home games in 2026 than it did in 2025. So 2025 they went 4-3. So I'm saying they will win more home games this year than they do next. And just a reminder, Furman, Kennesaw State, Texas, Auburn, Alabama, Kentucky, LSU.
What was the question again?
So buy or sell, Tennessee football will win more games in 2026 at home than it did in 2025 at home.
Okay. So 5?
5 is your number. Yep. And you already got 2 built in. So you need 3 between Texas, Auburn, Alabama, Kentucky, LSU. Really, I mean, you can give yourself Auburn and Kentucky too. So can you get 1 between Alabama, Texas, LSU? Buy or sell that they'll win more home games next year than they did this last year.
Give me the Neyland effect. Let's go buy.
There you go.
Let's buy it.
Yeah.
I don't love that answer, but at the same time, like, you got to win at home.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with this SEC schedule. Like, it's going to keep getting it's going to be hard every single year. So, like, protecting home is what teams are going to have to do. Like, if you're going to make a college football playoff, you got to win at home.
Yeah. And that's what I was going to say to you back to that. Let's say you go 5-2 at home, because that would be we've talked about it. Your hardest games are at home this year. By far, your hardest games are at home. Mm-hmm. Depending on what Texas A&M turns out to be, whatever. But you go 5-2 at home, and you tell that before the year, Trey, Tennessee's going to be 5-2. They're more than likely a playoff team. At least they're in the picture, unless they just lay eggs in every away game they play in.
Yeah.
But Yeah, I think it's super important.
Okay.
We'll switch over to baseball here. I got a couple here for baseball. Buy or sell, Tennessee baseball will make the postseason this year. What's our score in our update
It's
here?
6-3 Alabama.
6-3 in the top of the fourth.
You need to win five games for sure.
5 SEC games, you're saying?
Yeah. I mean, dude, this series is so huge, but next one is huge as well. I think you need to win both of these series to do it, because I just don't have any faith that you do it against Oklahoma and Texas. Texas at home, Oklahoma on the road. So,
do I hear a sell?
Yeah, I'm going to sell.
Yeah. How far, if any, do you think it sets them back not making the postseason?
I mean, like, you didn't really lose anybody when Tony left. Like, I know this season hasn't gone as planned. Are you able to retain what's on this roster? Because a big part of this whole thing is, like, I mean, we talked about the Ole Miss series. Senior after senior after senior. Tennessee is loaded with sophomores. If they can retain a good portion of those, I mean, you have Appenzeller, you have Trent Grinlinger that are freshmen that should be really good. Obviously, you'll probably have some more freshmen come in that'll make an impact. You'll obviously hit the transfer portal hard. If you can keep everybody, I don't think it's a huge deal. But that next year is like, gotta win.
Have to, yeah.
Because like it almost puts you, and this is two totally different scenarios, but I'm going to compare the two for a couple reasons. Kim Caldwell is in a must-win situation. Like, she has to, and she had no players left on that current roster. So it's very hard to not retain anybody and then have to go out and win, but you have to do it.
Yeah.
I think it puts a ton of pressure on Elander and the staff that, like, next year you got to win. Oh, I thought that was a home run. Oh,
I thought it was too. That's why I paused in the middle of my question. I think I'm a little bit ahead of you, and I was like, oh my gosh.
But like, it's 6-3 right now. The way Tennessee has hit the baseball so far in this game, you feel a lot better about the team. You felt good on Sunday when you played Ole Miss. Obviously, Tennessee's taking care of business in the midweek, but to answer your question, I'm gonna sell. Was that a buy or sell?
That was just buy or sell. Yep.
Okay.
That was about the postseason. It was.
Yeah. I'm gonna sell that, but I don't think it really
sets you back. My follow up. Yeah.
No.
Unless it's everyone jumps C. So
yeah, I mean, it didn't hurt Texas A&M. They were able to retain.
Yeah.
Pretty much everybody. They hit the transfer portal hard. I think the program is still in a good spot, but pressure heats up in that next season.
My last Tennessee-centric one, it stays with baseball here. Buy or sell, Tony Vitello will coach in college again at a school other than Tennessee.
I'm going to go sell. I think he stays. He's 2-0 against the Dodgers. He's rolling.
But my question was, if he comes back to college, so listen to it. Buy or sell, Tony Vitello will coach in college again at a school other than Tennessee. So saying he'll coach again at a school other than Tennessee. So I should say, if Tony coaches in college again, it will be a school other than Tennessee.
I'll buy that. Yeah.
Yeah.
If he comes back to college, it won't be at Tennessee. I think. And I feel like if you're Tennessee, you're like, that's a good thing, because I think Josh Elander is rolling.
Yeah.
So
I don't think it's next year or anything like that. Don't get me wrong. But yeah. Do you have any other Tennessee ones specific while we were talking? Because I got a couple just off the.
Let's go. So obviously, like, we're fans, and atmosphere is a huge thing. Let's go in 5 years. Buy or sell, the atmosphere is better or worse?
Football? Are you talking?
Or let's go. The atmosphere is better in 5 years by ourselves.
In football, are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm selling. And it's not because of fans. And it's not because of anything Tennessee's doing either. So I want to get in front of that. But I think the way college sports is headed right now, whether it's increases in prices of things, players jumping around, you're not attracted and, know the story of this guy. I think it's hard to fully invest in that and get the environments crazy. Like, Landon, you've been to more Tennessee football games than I have, but the 2 years ago in Neyland, when they, were making the big run and, when they beat Alabama and everything like that, that whole season, all those home games, it was unreal. And everyone talked about it. I feel like after that year, and even in the middle of that year, there were so many, whether it be ESPN or, someone talking about atmospheres of college sports. Neyland was always there. That was the first year college football came out, the video game, and the Neyland effect and the pulsing and stadium rankings. Neyland was up there. I just don't see it getting back to that in the next 5 years. So I sell it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. And, I know that's been a big talking point this season with baseball is like the wins aren't there and the atmosphere isn't there either.
Yeah.
I feel like football is probably not going to take it as big of a step back because there's still like the tailgating and like you can make a whole family day out of it. But a lot of people there's not that emotional connection to it again. And I keep going back to that, but I feel like it's so big and being a fan that this team next year with basketball, if they start losing, how many people are they going to go to the games?
Yeah.
Baseball the same way. You made the stadium bigger and it's super nice and, great. But now you can't even really give tickets away anymore.
You talk about it though, and you hit the nail on the head. If you win, the environments will be there. So I guess it can be both. If Tennessee's winning, the environment's going to be crazy. I think back on the Georgia game this last year, before things started to, move sideways. But that environment was incredible. That fourth down throw in the corner of the end zone. But leading up to that, it was everything you wanted as an environment, except it was at nighttime and everyone was dying of a heat stroke. But it was great. So it can be there, but a lot of it is wind dependent.
And with baseball, you start losing, people are like, okay, well, I'll turn it on at my house, but I can do other stuff. They start losing. So you got to have a must-see product on the field for people to go to games now, unfortunately.
And I'll tell you this, as someone who has season tickets and was looking to relocate or add another ticket, couldn't do it this year again. So, they're sold out. They did their thing. People, they sold their tickets. It's hard to, so.
Yeah.
You got any other ones on that? I almost added a one about, do we think in the next 3 years, G10 will be that entertainment district or whatever they did or anything like that. I wonder if they'll ever pull the trigger on that. But
yeah, I don't think it's going to be here.
Yeah.
I'll go sell on the entertainment district. I don't think it'll ever be something. Nobody wants it. It's going to be way too expensive. Everything's already expensive now. Concessions are expensive. You don't think those restaurants or bars are going to be expensive? It's going to be like a Nashville bar.
Yeah.
Or something like that. And then the hotels, with
Airbnb. Can you imagine how expensive the hotel would be next to Neyland?
It's unreal. To stay at the embassy is almost $300 a night.
Yeah.
That place is going to be $800 a night.
Yeah, easily.
And especially it might triple that on a Friday, Saturday, a home game weekend. So, yeah.
Oh my gosh. 7 picks in the NFL draft. Ohio State 3 Ohio State players. Crazy. So, I mean, definitely they went to the playoffs and won the national championship with all that talent, right? Definitely.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I got 2 ones here.
Okay.
Buy or sell, Fernando Mendoza will win an NFL playoff game as a starting quarterback. So not a backup. Fernando Mendoza will win an NFL playoff game.
Like in his life?
In his life, yeah.
I'm gonna go sell.
I'm gonna sell with you too. Yeah.
With the Raiders, he's got no shot.
I couldn't be more out on him. Now I get it. If you're the Raiders, you need a quarterback. He's probably your bet. He is the best option, but I just don't see it. I don't see it at all.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Last one here on buy or sell. College football speaking, a Big Ten team will win the college football playoffs again in 2026.
Say that again.
A Big Ten team will win the college football playoffs again in 2026. 2027, I guess it'd be.
I mean, if you're Greg Sankey, you can't have that happen. Yeah. I'm gonna go. I mean, who's gonna be good? I think Indiana. Like, I just think you got to take some sort of a step back.
I think Ohio State's going to be good.
Yeah.
I think Oregon's going to be very good with Dante Moore returning. I think Penn State's going to be better because of coaching. Indiana, you'd have to think would regress, but nothing has told us Kirk Cincinnati will regress, so who knows?
Yeah, that's true.
You got to think Michigan takes a step back. Probably Illinois takes a step back. USC is supposed to be better, but I don't know if we're talking national championship right now.
I'm going to sell.
I am too.
Okay.
I think there's the SEC teams are going to be better. I think Texas is going to be good. I think Georgia's going to be great again. I think Ole Miss, LSU have no reason to be bad. Tennessee can be competitive if they get the quarterback room figured out, So I'm right there with you. A&M, Oklahoma, all the stuff.
Yeah, A&M gets their quarterback back.
Yep. Yeah, that's my buy or sell. I like that.
Kentucky has Will Stein.
Kentucky has Will Stein. I'm excited. It made me excited watching the draft and the lead up here, the hour before we went live. I just get that football feeling back in me. I want to just start pumping out football content and start doing football stuff all the time, but I know I have to pump the brakes.
Yeah.
Can't do it yet.
Hey, so. I'm with you. I got my son has a little play football in his room, and I just constantly put it in his hands. And my wife is like, I mean, he can like football, he just can't play it. And I'm like, well, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I don't think you've ever sounded and looked older than you have when you said my son right there. I was like, damn, he's old.
Father of one.
Father of one.
All right, Henry Ford, let's have a freaking day. Come on.
Yeah, they're Tennessee's fighting, man. They're not giving up. No one can think that the coaching staff and the team is giving up. That's for sure.
Come on. This is a big pitch.
You think they get this series?
Need this series.
I think if they can pull this one off tonight, they can.
Oh, that was it. No. Oh. I love baseball too. Awesome. All right, let's guys, go check out our good friends at Hovey Dry Goods, hoveydrygoods.com. Use promo code MORE, 15% off that first purchase. Just great people over there. Great hats. All right, we're okay. We got runners on. We move the runners. Just need a base hit. Reese Chapman, come on. Go check out Hovey Dry Goods. Great people over there. Great service. They'll get you those hats ASAP. I mean, you think you ordered it, you hit the button. I mean, it feels like the next day that they're showing up with that.
Super comfortable hats too.
Yeah, and unboxing them is awesome. You could just get a couple, you unbox them. It's a really cool experience. So, yeah, go check out our good friends at hoveydrygoods.com. Baseball. I mean, we're in it. Thursday series, a big series, 2 big series back to back. Tennessee has Alabama, who is one of the hottest teams in the country. And then the last 2 weekends got swept by Arkansas, lost a series at Texas. They just had a rough go. They lost the midweek game to UAB. So they are struggling. So that, I mean, they're 9-9. They need to get a stop, and Tennessee can't. Dang it. But yeah, the series didn't start off great. Landon Mack didn't have another good outing. You go Cameron Appenzeller, he gives up bases loaded, gives up a double, was almost caught, but was right at the wall. Garrett Wright hits the wall. So just unfortunate. Tennessee, I guess, like, the hitting has been there. Garrett Wright's been really good. He has 2 home runs already. You see the offense coming along now. Like, now you're like, hey, pitching can't take a step back. Like,
that's what I was just about to say. And even tonight's game, as we're watching it, obviously there's a lot of things for concerning of Tennessee fans when it comes to baseball, but the pitching staff, not the Saturday game versus Ole Miss, but seeing Cam get punked here, a couple times in a row now, and the bullpen get kind of bullied around, it's concerning if you're Tennessee because of how well they've shown they can be. And it's always been for the first half of the season, where the bats, where the hits, and now you're starting to get it. And it's like, oh, where'd the bullpen go,
Yeah. Because, like, Alabama, they are 14th in the league in hitting, so not great. I mean, I know Tennessee hasn't been great, but Alabama really hasn't been good. So they need to take advantage. And, I know Justin LeBron is really good prospect. He's had 16 errors. He had 15 going into the weekend. He had another one in this inning. So
he had one this past inning, I'm pretty sure.
16 errors so far at shortstop. So I think their fielding percentage is pretty bad in the league. So this is a winnable series for Tennessee. They need to go out and do it. And you got to get back winning at home. Like, you haven't won. You beat Missouri at home. That's it.
Hey, Missouri up currently 3-0 in Arkansas, though.
Oh, okay. But yeah, these next 2 series are pivotal in Tennessee making the NCAA tournament with Kentucky and Alabama this weekend. I know 6-4 right now, but top of the 5th, plenty of baseball left, and you like what you're seeing from the offense so far. They're getting guys on base, and you just grind it out. You got your guy on the mat. I mean, Appenzeller's he's going to rolling. He's settled in. We're good.
Speaking of rolling and settling in here.
Yeah, who is this guy?
What's up, fellas? Give me a second.
You missed all the buy and sells, Caleb. You would have loved it.
I haven't even opened. I fired off what I would call probably my funniest Instagram post today. That's the only time I've been online today.
Oh.
And a lot of people didn't get it, unfortunately. How are we? I mean, you're wearing a Bryce Young jersey, which is shocking, but how
I got my Packers shirt on. It's draft night. Right. Hey, asked.
I know. How are you? Yeah, what's the vibe now? I mean, they've probably only done the first 2 picks already?
Well,
this is the worst. In my opinion, NFL draft night is just a terrible product in the way they string it out.
Well,
it's gotten better. They're like what? We're like 8 picks in.
Okay.
Yeah. And you'd have to think, Caleb, if one team had 3 players picked in the first 7 picks, they would have won the national championship, right?
Oh, almost definitively, yeah.
Yeah, 100%, right? Ohio State? Yeah, good job.
They won the Big Ten, though, right?
Yes. All right. Any kind of final thoughts? Sorry, Caleb, you just came in here right where
I knew I was, but I just got home and I was gonna sit down and eat, but I was like, I'll just hop in here real quick.
Okay. Love that. I'm trying to see like what pick we're actually on.
We are on pick number 9, the Browns.
I can't wait to see how terrible this pick is.
How are the vibes with the? I mean, it wasn't long before the show. I did get the notification about Nate Ament declaring for the NBA draft.
Yeah, I think we've kind of expected that. I mean, there was that slim hope, and I guess it's more of just like fans hoping that like it builds a little bit more. But it seems like there was a report today that Rick Barnes he was like, I know what he's gonna do. So
right. But I'm sure it would be frustrating if he declared this late and it was clear Tennessee was like weird in the portal, waiting on his decision. That's obviously not happened. So
and Rick Barnes didn't seem stressed. He had Willie Robertson from Duck Dynasty today.
Is that real?
Yeah, it was. He was with him in the press conference. I don't understand what the connection is, but yeah, he was here.
Is it just? I mean, you had
it wasn't
Jerry
just a guy with a beard. It was Willie Robertson.
You had Jerry Jones bringing in Bill Clinton the other day to a presser randomly. He's just like, "Yep, here he is," and he kind of waddled in. You've got Larry Fitzgerald showing up to the Hill, and he's just in a random congressional hearing behind a guy, and now we have this. What is going on?
Maybe that was the secret of where the big money was coming from for the Tennessee donor. They said that they have these big money. Maybe it was just the guys from Duck Dynasty.
Oh, maybe.
Lane Kiffin's gonna be pissed. Yeah, they always pop up every once in a while. Good to see them, I guess, in orange. I guess they're always in orange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you can see them, they're in orange.
Right. Well, I missed that. Thanks for filling me in.
Tennessee does have a visitor on campus in the portal. Kennesaw State, Braden Liu was really good at Kennesaw State, and Tennessee's done well with baseball transfers in the portal. So from Kennesaw State, so maybe basketball too.
Accurate.
Just a little farm system we got going on in Kennesaw, Georgia.
I'm sure they appreciate that.
Yeah, got to the Owls. We'll just do a little bit of scouting for football too when we play.
I was gonna say we play them, and with Jerry Mack.
Mm-hmm.
Return of the Mack, September.
Love a double play. Let's go. All right, guys. Thank you all for listening. We'll be back on Sunday. No bat flip this week. Our good friend Xander Seacrest is at the draft randomly.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
I at first was confused.
So he's doing that, and with it being draft night and everything, we'll just next week just go full speed, just pick it back up. So appreciate you guys for listening. Have a great weekend, and we're bringing the boat in, and we out.
Home run, slam dunks, give him 6. Boys at MII, they got your big orange face. All year long is the place to be, to hear some balls for life, talking Tennessee. Hate us if you want, but we sure ain't